Hey there, I am solo today. Danielle's having a little fun time. Um, so, on our Facebook Live today, I talked about whether it's a good time to buy a house or not. Now, we tend to be very optimistic in our profession and always look for what the upside is in any situation. Good for us, there is typically an upside, but I think it earns us a reputation for being um, insincere and not really giving good advice to the people that we're supposed to help. So I want to caution everybody to avoid that temptation to jump into these memes, the date the rate, marry the house. There's one about it's better to pay 7% interest than $100,000 over list price. Um, let's make sure that the advice we're giving is thought out and sincere, and hopefully you've done the math too, because um, a lot of these things just aren't true. So I looked at one today where they gave the side by side, and in one of the realtor groups, and the interest adding up over the life of the loan was over $100,000. So what I used to tell buyers the last couple of years when things were getting quite high is you need to look at the comparison between the interest rate and the price. And that's what's going on right now. The interest rates are ostensibly bringing the prices down because we're shifting where the money goes. The money isn't all that different for the buyers, to be honest. And so I often used to say to buyers, with interest rates low and prices high, you are giving your money to the seller. Now you can wait, and that will probably shift at some point, and then you can give your money to the bank. So some of it's about who would you rather pay. But we need to make sure that buyers are well educated on what all goes into that monthly payment, what the difference is from paying a high price or paying a high interest rate, or God forbid the two together, and how it's actually going to affect their day-to-day life. We are in a period in my market where the pressure is, for the most part, off of buyers. There's very few houses that are still getting multiple offers. It still happens. The buyers are not having to throw their firstborn child into the mix or waive all of their rights. So that's nice. They get to actually look at a house for more than 5 minutes. That's good. So all of these are good things to be talking to your buyers about. Many of them are thinking they're going to wait till spring and see what happens. And we don't know that we're not going to be in the same situation next spring that we were in last spring. So for people who need to move, this is a great opportunity for them to move with a little less pressure. Now, are they going to absolutely get the rock bottom price on that house that's ever going to exist? I don't know, and neither do you. We don't know if interest rates are going to go up or down. They came down huge yesterday. I'm sure all of your lenders have let you know. There was a big drop in interest rates. They're in the low sixes, or they were, who knows, I don't know, in the last 5 minutes that could have changed again. But, if buyers are waiting on the sideline and they haven't gotten their pre-approval yet, and they're not ready to go shopping, and they're trying to, take care of some other things, thinking, well, if the rates come down, then I can jump on it. Probably not. That rate could have been for a minute, or it could be for a week. We don't know. They could be trending down, or they could be turning right around and going right back up. It was one economic report that really made this happen. So, those are all over the board these days. So we want to make sure that we're educating our buyers the best we can, get the right messages out for all of our buyers and sellers. Don't fall into the temptation of a snappy, simplified term or meme or, catchy saying that might not be the truth. Let's all put our hands in and make a pact right now that we're going to help buyers in this confusing time understand whether it's a good time for them to make a move or not. And we're not going to guess what's going to happen in 6 months. And we're not going to make false promises to them about the idea that they should wait for something that very well may not happen. You could end up getting them into really serious trouble doing that. So let's take our time, make sure you ask those really great questions, understand what's behind a buyer wanting to make a move. Whether they need to sell at the same time or not is very important. And then help them make that transition in a way that's best for them. So I know we've got only awesome realtors tuning into this show. So I think that's something we can all agree to and see to it. If you see some crazy, stupid, dangerous information being passed around either in your market or on social media, or God forbid, again, coming from the news channels instead of our profession, drop it in the comments. Love to talk about it. And we will continue to address this very important subject. Thanks.